Hey guys, I hope everyone's well. So we've made this video for product research. So what we're going to do is we're going to be doing some live product research here. So I'm going to show you exactly how I do my product research live. We're going to be looking for some single products. We're also going to be looking for some collection products. I'm going to show you some keywords, the way I find these keywords, and basically how we're trying to find products which are going to be able to be tested and scaled later on down the line. So to start with, we're all going to be familiar with the Facebook ad library here. I'm just going to choose Germany. The reason why is because we can use Germany for Austria, Switzerland and Germany. So we can search 3 countries here. It's a big country, it's a good country in Europe, and all 3 of them countries are good to target for dropshipping and for e-commerce. So here we are going to start. Now, we're going to go and find some single products to begin with. And the best way to find these single products, let's just go with the most easiest keyword there possibly is: free shipping. So we're going to come in here. I'm going to show you basically how finding multiple competitors and products is also going to help us find more keywords. So we're going to filter first for images, and then we're going to be filtering for, I like to go back 7 days. We're going to search for images as well. We cut out a lot of the videos and we cut out a lot of rubbish really. So we're going to be finding some pictures here and some products, and we're going to be filling out this sheet. There's a reason for this, and I'll go through this later. I always use the English-German translation, and then I've been on here already and I've tried to find, basically using ChatGPT, words in Germany to find down closing collection page ads. So we'll be using this later. It's very good. You can get a lot of keywords from here. All of these are keywords as well. So let's get into it. Right. First of all, we're going to want to make sure we have denote available. So what we're going to do, we're going to copy this ad library into here. Sometimes denote doesn't come up, but we'll force it to come up. Right, so now here we go. What we're looking for in Europe, we are lucky that we have denote and we're able to see ad spend. So we are going to be looking at, 1, how long the ad has been running for, the ad spend, and also the reach. I look more at ad spend because you know how much they're scaling. You can work out that roughly if an ad's doing well, the ROAS is going to be around 1.8 to 2, hopefully. So let's go and look. It's simply, I'm going to be checking the ad spend, and we're going to see what's going on around here. We're just going to be looking for some good ad spend. I'm really looking for an ad spend. I mean, this is good. I'm really looking for an ad spend over 1K. 1K is good. We've got one for $878 here. It's been running 7 days. So we could also have a look at that as well. Let's just have a look at a few down here, see if any pop up. If not, we'll take that first one and check it out. I think everyone's seen this jacket from last year. It was a big winning jacket from last year. There we go, look. So, prime example, this was a winning jacket from last year. So stores already now are trying to go into the winter selection. It started running on the 25th of August now. It's been running 8 days and it's got 2K ad spend. This tells me that this is doing well. So what we're going to go and do first is we're going to take the ad library link. We're going to paste this in here. We're going to take the website link as well. We're going to paste this in here. Product name, we'll just copy this product name. They've actually done an AI picture. This was never around last year. I think this was the coat everyone was using. I think I sold this quite a few times last year as well. We're going to be copying the ad copy as well. There's definitely a reason for this, and I will explain this later as we go along. It's super beneficial. Also, we can see what the competitors are using and what's working as well. Research date. So the date today actually is the 2nd of September 2025. Which stores? Put your store name in here. we'll just click this one at the moment, but you can write your store name down in here. Product image, you can choose if you want to put it or not. How many days it's been running? It's been running 8 days. The ad spend was 2K, I believe, and the reach. We'll just go back. We'll quickly see the reach just to put it in, just to get like a real transparency for it. So 86,000. So we've got a reach of 86K here. So this is a good one. We can put the product price in here. It's $49.95. Again, it's not so essential. This sheet has been filled out for when you have a team. I created this sheet myself. So this is going to be listing. This is going to be product research, and then it goes on to the lister, then it goes on to the creative designer, and then it goes on to the ads launcher. So when you have a team, the sheet is very comprehensive. Okay, so we're going to leave this one now. We found this one. We found our first single. That's good. I want to go back up and I want to take this one just for sake. So we've got to. I'll tell you one thing we can also do as well. Was it this one? I like to take as well. I do like to take their headline and their description. Again, there's a method in the madness. I'll explain this later on down the line. But these are also great keywords to search for in the future if we get stuck with keywords. Obviously free shipping, but a lot of the time they're going to have description words which match up with a lot of other ads. Okay, so we're going to go up. We found this one as well, didn't we? We're going to take this jacket as well. So this store has actually got a couple of products. It's the same store actually. So we're going to spider web to that store straight away after this. And we are going to check what's going on. It's always good if you can find a winning store, because you can go back to it later. If you can imagine, you now have a spreadsheet here with 60, 70 stores, okay? And you can see, wow, these stores are doing good. And if you're down at the bottom, you can go back last week. You can click on the other stores. You can click on old stores. You can find out if they got new ads. Are they scaling anything more? If you've got 10, 20 stores, you don't even have to do product research sometimes. You can just go and click on the old stores. Ah, God, these guys have scaled a new ad. It's 5 days live. I haven't got this one yet. Cool, add it. Rip and run. I'll create this here. This has been running 7 days, 878. So 7 days, 878. And the reach for this one is 41,000. So 41K. Okay. Going to see if we've got any more good ones running. There we go. We've got another 3K one. We'll take a look at this in a minute. So, as you are aware, we have this store. Obviously, this store is doing very, very well. They've got scaling ads, which they're doing multiple of. So what we want to do as well is, we just want to take a look at their ads. If there's any more we can take, how well are they doing? What have they got running? They've got 42 live ads, okay? We're going to want to go down all the way to the beginning, and we're going to say, we're going to check what these are. Look at this one, 2K, perfect. All right, well, okay, that's our next product. So we've now spiderwebbed from one ad onto their store to find other ads. So one ad has brought us potentially up to 5. I remember using to find, when I was scaling a lot in Switzerland, I would find stores, and going onto their live ads, I was able to get 5 products just from testing that store. So it's super good to look at what the competitors are running currently. So we're just going to take this. Not this one, sorry, is it? Okay. So we've got some singles now. It's pretty explanatory how to find them. and I'm going to show you how we can get extra keywords later on down the line. So it's been running 13 days. It's got an ad spend of 2k, which is great. And the reach in here is 97,000. So we're going to put 97,000. Right, so we'll stop here at the moment with single products, 49.95 if we want to be really anal about it. If we want to make sure we fill in all the cells, 59.95. Okay, so what I like to do as well when we're searching for collections, singles are easy. Like, you know, we're going to go through free shipping, 30-day guarantee, 30-day promise, 30-day money back, 50% off, 70% off, collections, men's jumpers, women's jumpers, shoes. We're going to go through all normal keywords to find singles. Singles isn't the problem. It's collection ads, okay? So I've gone on here a little bit and I've done some work beforehand just asking for some collection keywords. So we're going to try these: urgency and scarcity, fake closing down sales, and dropshipper tails. So this sort of stuff is what the classic dropshipper is going to be using. Also, we can copy and paste this. For example, keywords. I have a folder here. We can add this in here so we have it in the future. You know, we're going to want to keep this sort of stuff. So let's go and find some collection ads. Let's try this top one. Let's see what this brings first. By the way, if you guys don't already know, I'm sure all of you do, but this is Denote. So you just need to go onto Denote onto Google. It's D-E-N-O-T-E, and download it as a Google Chrome extension. Another good ad to have is PPS Spy, and we will get into that next. So we're going to go images. We're going to go back a week and let's see if this brings any collections. Again, like I said, collections are harder to find. This is going to be a single, I imagine. Yeah. Just potentially it's going to be some collections. Nothing running on that. These are all singles. Ah, we have a collection. Okay, well let's see what the collection is saying. 22, 44, 1K. Okay, all right. So we've got a first 1K collection. Personally, I don't like the banner. The banner should be, they haven't done it properly. The banner should be all the way across the screen. I think they're losing out here. I think they could be doing a lot better on their store. But hey ho. So we have our first collection, okay? And it's a bikini collection. So we're going to copy the link again in here, the add library link in here. We're going to copy the name. I always just use, it's a bikini collection, so we can just put that in there. Competitors, add copy and description. Again, this is important, and we're going to go down why this is important. The more data you have, the better this will become. Okay, we're going to take this as well. This used to work well for me. Sometimes it's risky putting 80% in the tagline, depending on your ad accounts, but I have used this five-star banner before. So we're going to put this in. So, you know, we're now gathering our own keywords. You know, we've got our own headers now. You know, we could put this in as a keyword and try and find more. We can put this in as a keyword and try and find more. The more you get, you're going to start to get some unique keywords as well. So this is going to be 11 days, 1K ad spend. So 11 days, 1K collection. So we don't have that. We're going to have a look at the reach on here. Just so we have all the data, it's good to get a good habit. So we have 48. Okay, first collection. Well, let's see if these guys are running any other collections. If a company's running a collection, it's general that they're probably going to be running some other collections as well. So if you find a collection, it's good to spiderweb onto their account and see if we can take any more of their collections as well. Looks like this was their best ad running. They're not running much else. I've seen this before. I've seen this a lot recently. This has come out loads. I've sold it myself. However, we're not going to add it because the data's not saying so. You know, guys, I always teach all of my students, okay, as much as you think this is fashion, this is a data game. This is a numbers data analysis game. We're not looking at these products. We don't want to look at these products. We're looking at the raw data, how much the ad's been in, how long it's been running for. We don't care what the image looks like. We care about the data. It's really important that we understand this. And I'll give you an example of a story. I was once doing an ad before, and I made this amazing creative. I thought it was going to sell out. I thought it was going to be my best winner. And then I had this other picture, this other item. The woman's hand was blurry. I almost never put it on, you know, but I had one more ad to do, so I put it on just as, you know, force of habit. The winning item that I thought was going to be amazing did completely nothing. And the item with the woman with the blurred hand and the bad picture actually became one of my best sellers. So I have to stress to you guys enough, this is a data game. We're looking for good performing ads so that we can test it and become profitable ourselves. These are around a lot at the moment, these shoes. All right, well, this is a free creative ad that they're running. I think this is going to be a single though, yeah. Okay, so let's go and have a look at some other keywords. Let's try this one. Product research can be a long game, guys. You can come on and you can find 5 singles, 2 collections within half an hour, or sometimes you can be looking to, you know, 2-3 hours for good stuff. It's really how much data you can collect as well. It then starts to become a lot easier. The more data you collect, the more keywords you get, the easier it is to find stuff. It's going to be a single, I imagine, yeah. Look and see if we can pull anything out of this keyword. If not, we'll move on. A lot of the time, you know, we're going to get keywords which aren't going to bring up so much stuff. Always using the same filters. Images, 1 week behind. Okay, we've got some more showing up on here now. These looking like these could be collections. I've seen this a lot recently as well, a lot in the USA. Again, the shoes. This one might be a collection actually. I think this one might be a collection. We can have a look. Yeah. Now, this one doesn't have the best data. However, I know this is being scaled. I've seen this a lot. So I am just going to add this to the sheet just because I believe this is a good product. And we're just getting into the motion of adding data so I can show you what we do next. So 16 days, this one only has, you know, say 300 because of the other ad. Collection. reach is around about 12,000. Just going to add it all in here. It's really good just to get into the habit of doing all of this. Heels. Okay, now we can go on and we can go on and we can go on. So ChatGPT really take advantage of all of these keywords. They can find you a lot of keywords. ChatGPT is our friend of dropshipping. You know, I've used this keyword before in my ads. I've used this keyword. I've used this keyword. I've used this keyword. I've used this keyword. You know, I know all of these keywords are good. So ChatGPT is our friend. Now, what happens once we have got a lot of data? This is how I seem to find a lot of really good performing stores that other people might not necessarily find. Although we only have limited data right here, right now, what we can do is to find extra keywords and to research better is we can highlight everything. Let me just take these keywords as well, for example. You know, let me just test something with you as well. So like I told you, we can find other keywords here. Let's try this keyword from another ad. Let's see if we can find anything quickly, just to see if it works. Obviously, we're going to find that store that was running all the ads. See if we find any other stores. I think this keyword's just brought up that store. So what we'll do is we're going to go back and we are going to copy all of the ad copies, all of the descriptions, and all of the headlines. And we are going to go back to ChatGPT and we are going to simply paste them all in here. And we are going to say, hello, always be polite to ChatGPT. These are all of the ad copies, headlines and descriptions for ads that I have found on the meta ad library to test on my drop shipping store. Okay. Please, can you see any correlations and alternative keywords to find more collections like these? So obviously we've only got we've only got limited data with here, but once you do product research, on my product research, I'm on like 300 products and collections that we've got researched, so the data is a lot more. And we can run this. So this is going to start picking up, again, all different keywords from the ads and obviously ones that they've built. Let's see what this does. A lot of the time, ChatGPT gives you a suggestion. I can build you ready-made keyword bank, German and English mix that you can literally paste. Do you want to do that? Yes. Just to see what they give us. Again, look at this. It just gives us a keyword bank, English and German mix. So it's going to tell us all of the stuff in there. It's just good to have all of these different keywords. So we can go up now and basically we can start to test some of these keywords. A lot of keywords aren't actually going to get us a lot because they're going to be just unique to that store. But we do come across keywords which are going to work. This is how I find stores that sometimes necessarily you're never going to come across. You have a lot of stores hiding in the ad library as well, being clever. Obviously that one's free shipping. Type this one in. Just looking just to find them extra 1 or 2 collections, you know, being able to use other methods. It's brought up some stuff, but we've seen this stuff. Again, don't have a comprehensive list of keywords because of the limited data, but we will find stuff. The more data we input, the more chance we have of creating good keywords. So it keeps bringing up this one. This one was good. We've got some dropshipping stores coming in now. See if this. Doesn't want to come up with their ads. As I said before, collections is always the hardest to find, but we just got to keep going through and through to find them. That is how you succeed with product research. We've got some stores here, look. We've got one running here, 642. We've seen these ones. Seen these ones. 1K. You know, we've got a product here then. Crazy site. These ones is probably, yeah, I think this is a supplier's website. Again, 2K. There's another good one there we can take. Seen this one. These are going back to the shoes that we took last time. Obviously we can spider web as well. Go back to different stores. See what these guys are running. Okay. Wow, here you go, 5K. What's this one? It's a product. Simple little hat. 693 products. We use this as well, PPS Spy. This is super good. I think everyone's probably using this already. This will just tell us the products on the store, how many ads they've got. Obviously it's in the Google Chrome extensions as well. We can go onto the shop here. We can see when their store, when they first published their first product, when they're still uploading their products. It's good if we go onto products here as well. What we can also do is we can go on best selling. Now, with best selling, we want to be looking for a product which is the best seller but fairly new. Like these are the shoes I told you. I knew they were doing well. This hat's 3 months old and it was a bestseller. If you go onto a bestseller and they've got an ad which is fairly recent, like look, a year ago this was a bestseller. However, this one was a month ago. You know, you could potentially test this product 2 months ago, you could potentially test this product. 6 months ago, this was beginning of the summer. This was one of my best winning sellers. In fact, this was my biggest winning seller. And I think if any of you are a few months into ecom, all of you have seen this dress. This was last year's winner. This was huge. This was huge. So it's always good to go onto their store and have a look at their products as well. So that's super good. So yeah, just from Spiderweb, and we found this store as well. You know, this store's been doing really well. Again, look, again, see, again, the shoes that I took earlier, that didn't have a lot of spend, but I knew they were doing well. They had 2K spend on this one. These are the shoes we just saw, funnily enough, actually, on the product page. See, one of these must be good. Yeah, look at that, 8K, you know. So I would again take this straight away. I know this is a single, not a collection, but you know, we've spiderwebbed from one page to another. And now we found this page, which is scaling hard, you know, bam, heels again, 1K, take that one, you know, different shoe, 8K, take that one. Let's see what else they've got running, 1K, take that one. You know, we've just landed on a store which is really scaling hard, where we've got so many products that we can take it from. So, you know, it can be very difficult to find all of these products. These singles are obviously a lot easier and collections are a lot harder. So to surround it all up, you know, we're using ChatGPT a lot to find the beginning words that we can start to do our product research. And then we're going to be stacking up all of these collections and single products, all of these ad copies, and we're going to be looking at, well, what they have in common. So when we start going down more and more and more and more, if we look at this store, you know, we could add this as a new keyword. This is a new keyword. If they're all the same or if they're different, this is a new keyword, 1 + 1. You know, we're going to end up building a list of working keywords that are currently being used by competitors. And I guarantee you, when you start getting down to 30 products, you're going to be able to generate a great working list of keywords to be able to find other competitors. Also, just a little bit of a golden nugget going forward. If you guys want to be a little bit sneaky as you start to progress, we can also use this in another way. So this is not product research, but this is to hide you from the Facebook ads library. So this is what I like to do to be a little bit sneaky. So you can give ChatGPT, for example, you could give ChatGPT this ad. If this is what you wanted your ad copy to be, you could give ChatGPT this ad. Now you can say, ChatGPT, this is the ad I want to use for Facebook to advertise my product or collection. Then what you can do is you can select all of these and you can say, ChatGPT, this is a list of my competitors' AdWords, headlines, descriptions, and ad copies and keywords, okay? These are the normal stuff which dropshippers use in the ads library. Please create me a new ad copy which doesn't have any relevant keywords to all of these ads. So you can end up making your own ad copies excluding all of the normal keywords, headlines, and taglines. Now what this will do is when you start to scale a store, it will try to hide you as much as possible in the ad library, because nobody is going to be using the keywords for your ad copies because you are not going to be using the basic keywords in these ad copies. It worked very well for me. After I had a store in Switzerland copied about 6 times, I tried and I sat down and I thought, how can I stop this from happening again? How can I stop my store from showing up so many times in the ad library? You know, my ad copy all the time was free shipping, free shipping, free shipping. So my ads were being found all the time. So I come up with this way, basically, to try and hide yourself and protect yourself as much as possible when you're scaling a store. So I hope this video was useful for everybody. Obviously, everyone in the one-on-one mentoring, we're going to be having our live one-on-one calls, so we're going to be able to go through this a lot more in depth. any models or updated versions that go forward, any tips or tricks which change, obviously is going to be explained in a one-on-one mentoring as well with your mentor. So I hope this was hopeful. I hope you guys are able to find a lot of winning ads, and happy scaling.